I opened the mailbox to find a postcard, a high school reunion, her. I occasionally meet with close friends from high school, but I hadn't attended a reunion in 10 years. That's because there was someone I didn't want to see. I went to a private all-boys school for the wealthy. To combat declining birth rates, my school merged with a sister all-girls school during my junior year, becoming co-ed, suddenly transitioning from an all-boys environment. Not just me, but all the guys were on edge. Having girls in the classroom changed the atmosphere drastically. It was no longer the sweaty, masculine odor I was accustomed to. Instead, there was this pleasant scent unique to girls, like flowers, something I hadn't noticed in middle school. The girl who sat next to me was named Sarah. She was sweet, often struck up conversations, and before I knew it, I had a crush on her. Later on, Sarah confessed her feelings, and we started dating. After we graduated from high school, Sarah and I went to the same college. However, because we were in different departments, our classes never overlapped. I joined a study group according to my major, while Sarah joined a casual tennis club for fun. Because of this, we'd meet up for lunch at the cafeteria when our schedules matched, and we'd go on dates about twice a month. I had noticed since high school that she was becoming more and more flamboyant as she got into college. She always wanted to go to the latest hotspots and fancy restaurants on our dates. For birthdays and anniversaries, she'd ask for brand name items or jewelry. Busy with my studies, I juggled multiple part-time jobs to try and meet her demands. Friends who saw me like this warned, "William, do you think she's just using you? I feel like Sarah just sees you as a cash cow." While I had a growing suspicion about this as our relationship progressed, a part of me didn't want to accept it. I'd defend her by saying, "She has many good qualities too," and continued our relationship. On our third anniversary of dating, I had made reservations at an upscale restaurant because she begged me to. "Hey, William, we've been together for 3 years. I'd like you to introduce me to your parents." Although we're still college students and not considering marriage, I thought it might be a good idea to introduce her. So, I promised to take her to my home the following weekend. The day I introduced Sarah to my parents, as soon as she saw my family's home, she whispered, "What the?" and stood still. "Come on in," I urged her, and, with some hesitation, she stepped inside. Rather than a look of nervousness, a look of disgust appeared on her face. My parents welcomed her with open arms and tried to strike up various conversations, but Sarah seemed displeased the entire time.
"You're always welcome back,"
said my mom with a warm smile. Just a few steps away, she quickly turned around and shouted,
"What's with that dump? And your dad, isn't he just some regular guy at a company I've never even heard of? I thought that all-boys school was all rich kids. What's the deal?"
With feeling disappointed by Sarah revealing her true colors, I explained, "I got a scholarship for that all-boys school, so I pretty much attended for free. By the way, I've got a few scholarships in college too. So, my family isn't rich." Upon hearing that, Sarah was furious.
"What? I feel deceived. If I'd known you were this broke, I wouldn't have dated you."
I watched in shock as an indignant she stormed off. Since then, I have never bumped into Sarah, neither in private nor at college. However, I couldn't help but hear rumors about her switching between different men and targeting the wealthy ones. On the day of the reunion, as I entered the venue, a group of 4 men who were deep in conversation turned to me and waved, "Long time no see." As I waved back with a smile, I was quickly surrounded by them.
"William, finally feel like coming to a reunion, huh?"
"Everyone's here today. We're gonna party hard."
"William, you better join in."
They chimed in together, and I responded with a wry smile, all right, all right." I became close friends with these guys during our freshman year of high school. Initially, I hid the fact that I came from a poor family and relied on scholarships to attend high school. I thought if kids from wealthy families found out at such a school, I'd be bullied. However, even after they learned the truth, Their attitudes towards me never changed. On the contrary, they'd say things like, "William, getting a scholarship is impressive. You must be really smart. And while I'm just mooching off my family, you're not burdening yours. That's commendable." I felt blessed to have such good friends. It was them who advised me to break up with Sarah. I regretted not listening more to their advice when she dumped me. We picked up our drinks, shared updates about our lives, and reminisced about high school and college. It felt like we were back in our student days when we were engrossed in old stories. We used to see each other all the time until college, hanging out and drinking, but as we got jobs, our lives became busy and our meetups became less frequent. Is this the first time we've all been together since Kyle's wedding? I asked, trying to recall, and Ethan made a mock grumpy face. Ethan has been my best buddy since high school.
Just so you know, you're the one who's been missing. You should show up once in a while.
He draped an arm around my shoulders and gave a light clap. Sorry. I've just been staying at home a lot. That's when a chuckle echoed from behind.
No way, a jobless dude. I mean, coming to a reunion dressed so casually, you do look broke.
Turning to the familiar voice, there stood Sarah, decked out in branded attire with flashy makeup, looking down on me condescendingly.
Being jobless after college, such a loser. Hey, did you know his home is super rundown, struggling to afford high school and taking student loans? So poor it's cringe-worthy. Can't believe I dated this guy. What a dark chapter of my life. Back wasted 3 years.
Her mocking laughter infuriated Ethan.
Hey, cut the crap. William now is.
He was about to charge at her with clenched fists, but I held him back. Ethan, let it go. I intervened, and Ethan shot her a resentful glare before looking away. She was momentarily taken aback when she thought she was about to be hit, but she quickly returned to her previous insolent attitude.
Why don't you losers just stick together? I'm going to be grabbing happiness unlike you guys.
She smirked, then rushed over to a man holding a big bag with a brand logo on it. She still seems to be boy hunting even at this age. The good times flew by, and it was almost time to wrap up the reunion. Who should take care of the bill?
Why not leave it to the organizer? Ethan, how much per person?
Hearing these comments from the classmates, Ethan made a sour face.
I like organizing events, but I'm not great at collecting money.
I chuckled and called out to him, "Well, I'll take care of it then. I didn't do anything to help with the reunion." As I was walking through the venue asking a staff member for the bill, Sarah came over again.
There's no way someone unemployed like you can afford the reunion fees, right? Can't borrow money since your family is broke too, right? Trying to play the cashier to cover your own costs. Pathetic.
Keep ignoring her. She shot me a sour look.
Hey, don't ignore me. So annoying.
Just then, a staff member came over to me with the receipt. Seeing that, the rest of the classmates flocked over.
Oh, the bill's here. Everyone pay William.
Hey, how much is it?
I took the receipt from the staff member and checked the amount. It's surprisingly affordable. Well then, I'll cover the bill for this one. Pulling out a credit card from my pocket, I placed it on the tray. Suddenly, the whole venue started buzzing.
Wait, isn't that a black card?
And it's a Centurion. Seriously? It's my first time seeing a real one.
What I had presented was the Centurion card, a credit card known to be held only by the very wealthy, even among the elite black cards. As expected from an alumnus of a prestigious all-boys school, they knew their stuff.
Wow, William, that's amazing.
How rich are you, man?
What do you even do now?
All the eyes of our classmates were suddenly on me. Ethan stepped in front of me, boasting to Sarah.
He started an IT-related company while in college, and he's been raking in a significant amount working from home. He's on a different level than us.
I nudged the brooding Ethan. What's the heir to the massive Johnson Real Estate, which has branches not just here, but overseas talking about? Ethan shot me a displeased look.
I'm just a vice president for now. I've still got a long way to reach CEO level like you.
Not just Ethan, but the other 3 guys were also heirs to big corporations and some of my top clients. I never imagined my school friends would become my business partners as adults. Sarah was shaking, staring at me in disbelief. Leaving the venue, she rushed after me in a panic.
Hey, wait a minute. Please, I need to talk.
Her demeanor had shifted dramatically, now portraying the innocent and endearing heroine.
After we broke up, William, you never reached out. I was so lonely, and so I ended up saying things I didn't even think. I'm sorry, but it's because I've never been able to forget you. I've always loved you.
I could sense my buddies behind me trying to hold back their laughter, but I bit my lip, suppressing my own amusement to seriously listen to her. She grabbed both my arms and shook them, looking up with teary eyes.
I've always regretted breaking up with you. I want to give it another shot with you. Please, can we get back together? This time, I'll cherish you, I promise.
It's astonishing how some women can easily flip their attitudes when they find out a guy they'd looked down on is actually good-looking or has money and status. Of course, not all women are like that, but she surely is. Thank you. When I said that with a smile, her face instantly lit up. She probably thinks I've fallen for her trick. Before she could say anything, I cut her off and continued. It's because of women like you, always after money, that I became wary during my college years. Even after achieving success, I've been cautious of women drawn to me for my wealth and status. I've never been taken in, and that's all thanks to your rotten character. Seriously, thank you. I'm truly grateful. As soon as I finished, my 4 buddies behind me couldn't hold back and burst into laughter. That was a bit much. Sarah's face turned a deep shade of red, and she exploded in anger.
How dare you humiliate me like that?
I replied nonchalantly. Who's the real shameless one here? Ethan, still laughing, popped his head out and informed her.
You know William's outfit you were mocking as too casual? It's from a top Italian brand and costs thousands of dollars. You might want to brush up on your fashion knowledge.
She felt even more ridiculed. I never want to see you again. She snapped back and stormed off. Who knows if she'll continue chasing men for their money and status, or if she'll eventually seek genuine love. Chances are, we won't be hearing about her anytime soon.
Well then, let's head to the after party.
Ethan's voice echoed in the distance.
I've recently invested in a bar around here. Want to check it out?
Sounds great.
Come on, William.
Hearing my name called, I was suddenly snapped back to reality. Yay. I replied briefly and joined the group. Thinking back to high school, even when they knew I was Pua, they remained friends. Even now, as they've become successful and wealthy, their bond hasn't changed. It warms my heart to think of such unwavering friendship. Gotta make sure I cherish moments like this and not get too wrapped up in the hustle. With those thoughts, I walked toward the bar with them,